Everybody now, especially those people in the conservative realm, are repeating the story over and over and over again that somehow, through some form of, I don't know what, Michelle Obama is going to be the Democratic nominee. Michelle Obama. That somehow the Democratic powers that be are going to realize, obviously, that Joe Biden is too out of it, too gone, too cognitively compromised to put on any attempt at a, legitimate election. So what they're going to do is he's going to drop out somehow. And then they got the problem with, what do we do with Kamala Harris? This is what the conservatives say. We don't know what to do with Kamala Harris. Oh, my God, she's an idiot. As though, she's not going to leave? As though the DNC is saying, you're going to leave. We're going to pull a 1968 with LBJ. Biden's going to get, sick, get COVID. He's going to say something like, I don't have my fastball anymore. And it's time for me to turn it over to a younger generation. And, of course, nobody is going to say, no, Joe, no, please. Nobody's going to do that. Okay? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So anyway, then the issue becomes, and this is even more critical, which is even more fascinating, at least to me. Then the issue becomes, all right, so who next? Well, everybody is saying that in this one fraud, they say that Barack Obama, runs the show. Nonsense. Remember, if you know the name of anybody in American politics, they don't run the show. The people who run the show, the people who are part of the shadow government, the ruling class, the deep state, whatever you want to call it, you don't know who they are. They are either collectively in committees or in swaths and murmurations of influence. We don't know. But anyway, so here's the story. So all of a sudden, they're going to realize that this is going to be so exciting that Michelle Obama is going to want to leave her life of luxury because she wants to be Oprah. She wants to be loved. She has no interest being the president of the United States. She's been through 8 years of that. She knows exactly what it is to be in that tomb. She doesn't have it in her gut. She may want the stardom. She may want to be the first woman and the first black woman ever in history to be the president. Oh my God, history. But you've got to do it. And you've got to want to do it. And you've got to have it deep in your belly. Nikki Haley wants to run. Chris Christie wants to run. Trump definitely. Lyndon Johnson wanted to be president from the time he was a kid. You mean to tell me that you think that this is going to, that Michelle Obama wants to be president and that this is going to convert, that the voters are going to be able to see this passion, this fire? No way. She's going to phone it in. She'll say, look, I'm not going to go on the rubber chicken routine. I'm not going to go to New Hampshire. I'm not going to do shots with steam fitters in Scranton. I mean, I am not going to do this. And they're going to tell her, oh, no, don't worry. You don't have to. You're a shoo-in. They love you so much. What are you talking about? And then they're going to go through her record. Okay, Michelle, now that you're here and now that excitement wears off, which will last 3 days maximum. Remember, Lionel's 3-day rule. Everything in our world of politics lasts 3 days. 3 days, and you forget everything. Remember Gonzalo Lira? Who? Next question. Now, then she's going to be after Trump. Trump is going to drive her crazy. And if Trump is smart, which I don't put your money on that, because sometimes he does stupid things, but he will look specifically at her record. Make her explain this Princeton thesis or whatever it was where she believed in basically segregation or words to that effect. Let her defend criminal. Interesting. Critical race theory. Interesting pun there, wasn't it? A little bit of Freudian there. Critical race theory. Let her defend that. Go ahead. Do it. Defend that one. Good luck. Have her go through these weird leftist, whatever the hell she is. She's against borders. She's against, just go through this routine. And Trump is going to be there, and he is going to drive her crazy. Not to mention, and this is something I do not like, I do not care for, and I take great umbrage at this as a citizen and as a decent human being. What is said about her, and I'm not going to relitigate it now, what is said about her and her looks and her past and her men is so vicious. Shall I mention the Joan Rivers thing? Which, by the way, people swear Joan was in response to daring to say something which I will tell you right now has been and is baseless. But it's part of this collective trolling. This trolling. It just makes people feel they love to be a part of the scrum, When I was a kid, little old me, I used to hear, we heard these rumors. Mikey, the kid from Life cereal, that he ate Pop Rocks and drank a Coke and died. I don't know where the hell it came from. That Jerry Mathers, the beaver, was Alice Cooper, or that he was killed in Vietnam or something. But the one that we remember all the time, that came out of nowhere, was that Jim Nabors, Gomer Pyle, married Rock Hudson. One of my best buddies in the world was raised in the South Bronx. I'm raised in Florida years ago. There was no internet. We heard the same story. Let me ask you a question. Let's do word association. Ready? Depending upon your age. Fill in the blank. Put in the comment section. I'm going to say this. You ready? Tell me what comes to your mind. Tell me. You ready? Simple. Richard Gere. Say no more. Michelle Obama is going to have to absolutely subject herself to viciousness that nobody should able to be expected to take, and certainly nobody has ever taken by virtue of the magnitude and the magnification of social media. She doesn't want to be the president. She'd love to be in history. She'd love to say, I would love to be the first woman, first black woman, the first whatever. That's fine. I dig it. But without having to do it, you're going to have to fight now remember, your left-wing socialist, Marxist, whatever you want to call it, media will love her, will absolutely extol upon her the greatest form of love and admiration anybody has ever seen before. All right? You're going to see this, but what does that matter? In a world today where the media influence is just being shuttered, where newsrooms are closed, nobody cares about that. And plus the people who are going to be watching, let's say, CNN or MSDNC or Joe and Meager in the morning, they're going to love her anyway. So what difference does it make? The best person, I am telling you now, the best, ready, camera ready, ready for prime time, who knows what he's doing, who ran the largest state, depends upon land mass versus people, Gavin Newsom. He's got the look, got the hair product, got the suits, got the wife, got the family, got the schmaltz, got the BS, got the slick, slimy, unctuous, the routine. He's got it down, pat. Absolutely. Remember the joke about Knicks? Anyway, got it down, just horrible. This guy is so good. He happens to meet with Xi Jinping. Interesting. Happens to go on this kind of a sparring match, kind of practice session with Ron DeSantis. Interesting. Meets with Bill Clinton. Interesting. He's perfect. Let this excitement about Michelle Obama just brew and take all of the momentum away from Trump. All of this excitement, which, by the way, might help him, believe it or not, because it will also take a lot of the emphasis off of his legal travails. But, look at what's happening. Look at this. I'm telling you right now, you might think to yourself, yeah, that's a great idea. If you could somehow just push a button and all of a sudden there was no election, no. Do you know what that is? Do you know what you have to do to run for office? You just can't sit back there and say, excuse me, I'm Michelle Obama. I'm not going to run. I don't have to run. I'm the princess. I'm not going to run. I'm the queen of the Democratic Party. No. You're going to have to do it. And it's grueling and it's brutal and it's horrible. And she's going to have to know what the hell she's talking about. She's never run for anything. Now, Donald Trump didn't either. But she's not Donald Trump. So what do you think? I think it would be terrific, but she doesn't want it. She doesn't want it. She wants to be Oprah. She wants to be famous. I live in Martha's Vineyard in Colorado, whatever the name of the section, the subdivision of D.C. is. They're going to be billionaires. She wants to just go to the gym, have her vanity pieces. Did you remember that documentary, If You Could Withstand It Without Throwing Up? It was about what she did, and she went to the gym, and I put on my here's my mixtape. I mean, what? What do you think? Think she's going to do it? Does it make sense? Do you agree with it? Do you think it's brilliant? Or do you think it's the lamest thing ever that will hand the presidency to Donald Trump? And don't you think Gavin Newsom gets up there, knows the schmaltz, knows the routine, could tear, oh God, he's good. I don't believe a word of, I don't want him to be president. Because don't forget what Trump is. Trump is the chemotherapy that is required to kill the cancer called the Biden radical left woke policy. What do you think, dear friends? Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And whatever you do, I beg, beseech, implore, entreat, and importune you to comment as you see fit.